So you guys may have seen the questions lately. Is a Micro Four Thirds dead? Is the whole system just dead? And I don't believe it is for a few reasons. Now, it's not a camera that I'm going to take to photograph an entire wedding with. The sensor is half the size of a full frame. It doesn't photograph well in low light. So it does have some drawbacks, but it has some pluses too. I have a 12, well, on here, it's called a 12 to 35. But in full frame land, that is considered a 24 to 70, and it's a 2.8 lens. I only paid $175 for this lens. I did get it used, and I did get a pretty good deal on it. But if you were to go buy a 24 to 70 Canon, you're looking at a lot more money. And as you can tell by looking at it, the whole body is small, so it's very lightweight. So I have a lot of lenses for my Micro Four Thirds, and the biggest use most people use them for is video, and that is their strong point is video. But I have learned recently that I can take, once I'm photographing a wedding, and I've been carrying around the Canon R6 with the big flash and everything all day long, I can, as soon as we start the reception, after we cut the cake and we get to the dancing pictures and the pictures that, let's just be honest, they don't sell as well as the pictures of the family and the bride and groom on up to the point till after they cut the cake. You're doing mostly dancing pictures and a few shots here and there. Nothing the Micro Four Thirds can't handle. If it's dark, put a flash on top. You're going to have a flash on top of your Canon anyway. So by doing that, you're gaining a lot of weight. You're losing a lot of weight to carry around. When you're older like me, that makes a big difference. Now, you young guys, you're fine. You can carry around whatever you want all day. But us older guys, we like a little lightweight. And hey guys, I just want to take this second of your time. If you guys would please hit like and subscribe, it would go a long ways toward helping our channel and help us keep making these videos. Thank you. It still does a really good job for the pictures at the reception once they start dancing. You can see it still works with all my Godox flashes. I have a Godox V1 I put on top of here. I've got my 12 to 35, which from now on I will speak in full frame sizes. I have the 24 to 70 on here, which is 2.8. I have an 85 millimeter 1.7 that I can put on there. See how little that is? This weighs practically nothing, and you still get a really good image, and you can still blow them up to 11 by 14. The sensor, I think the sensor gives more problems under low light than it does sizes. Now, obviously, I wouldn't want to go up to a 30 by 40 with one of these, but how many 30 by 40s have you sold at a wedding reception of somebody dancing? I probably dare to say none. So, you know, and if I need a close-up of somebody, I got the 45, well, excuse me, it's 42.5 on here, but it's an 85 millimeter in full frame land. So, and it weighs, I mean, it's just lightweight. It weighs nothing compared to the 85 on the Canon. And then I've got other lenses, like I've got the 50 millimeter lens, and it's just as small, and it's also a 1.7. You can see how small it is. It's just lightweight as it can be. So between my 25, my 85, my 24 to 70, I've also got a what's the equivalent of a 90 to 300 millimeter. I'm perfectly set for all the pictures after they cut the cake. I have no problems with that, and the pictures look great, and nobody notices the difference. If I was to get into a situation where I had to have something with low lights, I couldn't use a flash or mirrors or whatever, you can always run it through Topaz. So there's always a way to get around something, and that's very rare, but in that rare situation, you can use Topaz in that department and be fine. But the weight of the camera is such a huge deal for me because I've been in car wrecks before, and my back is not what it used to be. I don't know how many more years I'll be able to do photography, but I'm going to stick it out for a few more is the plan right now. But it does help a lot to go to the Micro Four Thirds after the cutting of the cake. Now, one thing, now the pictures will be sharp. I'll have to shoot sometime to show you in the studio the difference between a Micro Four Thirds and a full frame camera, and we might even throw in a APS-C so we can look at all three at the same time and compare them all. Once you're around the 5x7, 8x10, you're not going to see a tremendous amount of difference unless you really know what you're looking for. Color science coming out of this Lumix. This is a Lumix G85, which I think is one of the most underrated cameras around. It just does so much, and it also does a fantastic job at video. So if I'm getting some people dancing and I'm shooting some pictures and I want to flip over and do some video, I just push a button and I get a few video clips. I'm starting to offer my brides not only wedding pictures, but video clips. Now, I'm not videoing the entire wedding, but I am giving them clips that they can link to, like say 5 or 10 seconds of somebody dancing, a few video clips of the bride and groom kissing, that sort of thing. So it does have its use. I hope they don't go out. Now, again, they're not in the same ballpark as a full-frame Canon R6 or the Nikon or any of the Sony cameras that are full-frame. You're not comparing apples to apples in that range. You have to take these cameras for what they are. They're lightweight. The lenses are cheaper. They're still sharp. They do excellent video. I use this G85 for most all the video, and I do, especially in the studio, except for right now because I've got it right here. I've got my Canon R6 recording this. But I hope that the Micro Four Thirds are around to stay for a while. You can interchange a lot of the Olympus and the Lumix lenses. You can interchange with each other. And there's a lot of neat stuff to know about Micro Four Thirds. It's great for traveling. If you go on vacation and you don't want to carry around your big, huge full frame, you just throw this in the bag and a few lenses and you're set. So Micro Four Thirds isn't the perfect system, but it does have its advantages. So, you know, if you're not familiar with if you're not familiar with Micro Four Thirds, check out the system, see what you think about it. I think it has a place. Again, I'm not going to photograph an entire wedding with one, but that's not the goal of the Micro Four Thirds. It has its place in certain areas. So with that said, I'm hoping that Micro Four Thirds hangs on a lot longer. And you guys let me know what you think. If you have used Micro Four Thirds, let me know what you think about the system. And hey, if we're helping you guys out, hit that subscribe button. Thanks.